Hi guys, welcome to an average day of my life of what I eat. So first I started off with a smoothie bowl. I'm really not supposed to eat berries because it got my teeth whitened yesterday, but I really don't care. That shit was delicious. Then my roommate brought me a wrap. It was full of protein, so nutritious, yum. My nutrition would be so happy. And then I was still hungry, so I had eggs, avocado, a bagel, and a banana. Woohoo, so good. And then I decided to have cereal with cereal and then creatine. Woo, bulk up baby, bulk season. Okay, Z-bar, yummy Z-bar. Okay, mozzarella and pesto because I was hungry. Little snack. Oh, Topo Chico because I hate regular water, it's so overrated. Then I had a white covered pretzel. It was cold and kind of stale. Then I watched a movie and had some Pringles coffee. Love coffee. Then my pre-workout meal, so yummy and nutritious. I think there was crab in it. I don't really know. I don't really ask questions. And then I had my actual pre-workout, so good. Then my post pre-workout meal and M&Ms. That was so good. Pesto, amazing. And then my dessert. Bye.
Most of you know that I've lost over 100 pounds and this is how I maintain it. So I love to start my day off with coffee and eggs. I always incorporate a healthy fat because it keeps me full longer. And then for lunch, I love having salads, or in this case, I decided to make a sandwich out of my biscuits, which guys, you have to try these biscuits. They're absolutely amazing. And I was pretty full from the sandwich, so I kept it pretty light. I made a chicken tortilla soup made with bone broth, so it was full of collagen and protein and it was delicious.
This is what I ate in a day in Vietnam. So I started off with hotel breakfast. It's free and it's pretty good. I had a bowl of bún ca, which is a fish noodle soup. In my second plate, I got some noodles, some egg rolls, and then some bang pot lauk, which is like this clear, chewy dumpling with meat on the inside. Lastly, I got some desserts and made myself a Vietnamese iced coffee. For lunch, I drank a coconut, which I've been having like every single day, and then some wine. I'm not really a wine girl, but I just drink it for fun with the family. And now for the food, we had some little baby squids, and then we also had mukbang muối, which is, did you hear that? That's why it's so hard to do voiceovers in Vietnam. There's so much honking. Look at these greens. I do not know what it is, but it was good. There's so many different vegetables in Vietnam that I just like never had before. We also had some fried rice and shrimp, and then my niece gave me some of her chips. She's so cute. And then for dinner, we went to this Oak restaurant, or Oak, which are sea snails. We also just had a lot of different types of seafood. This one was my favorite. It was like a little tiny clam with a garlic sauce. I loved it. Then we had snails, and then these are snails in a coconut sauce, which is super popular. Then we had these huge shrimp. I don't know what kind of shrimp they are, but they were good. Here's the razor clam, which I also like because they're nice and meaty. This is another vegetable that I've never seen before, but was also really good. Here are scallops, and then this was like a shrimp sushi. Lastly, we had this tofu ginger dessert.
Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you what 1200 calories looks like. So when I woke up, of course I had to make some coffee, so I used some stock cold brew, half a cup of unsweetened oat milk, a splash of sugar-free vanilla, 2 tablespoons of sugar-free pumpkin creamer, and some cinnamon. It was literally amazing. And then for breakfast, I had some sourdough with a tablespoon of natural peanut butter, a quarter of a banana, some honey, and some crushed almonds, and it was so good. And then for lunch, I really wanted a salad, so I stopped at Core Life and got this spicy Thai chicken and rice noodle salad, and it was so good, and it was so filling. For dinner, I decided to make a low-calorie at-home pizza, so I used this Aladdin's bread, some marinara sauce, mozzarella, mushrooms, and cilantro and oregano. This was so good, and it's honestly pretty healthy, and it's really light. For dessert, I had brownie brittle, and that's all.
Here is what I eat in a day as a vegan, eating whatever I want because I can, but also I am a hungry mom who's also breastfeeding, so that's why I ate so much today. I started off my day with an iced matcha latte, and then I had a japchae hot dog as a snack, and so that's what I ate for the first 2 hours a day. I also took my multivitamin, which is just a prenatal, and then once Bean went down for a nap, I made some tom yum noodle soup. The recipe is on thebeatvegan.com. Baby is napping, so now I get to eat soup. Then I took Bean to IKEA with a friend and we had lunch, and they were out of french fries, so I got rice and Bean ate most of my broccoli, and by ate I mean threw it on the floor. But you know, I finally got to try IKEA's strawberry soft serve and it was very delicious. When I got home I was feeling pretty snacky, so I had some rice cakes with this like sesame chocolate spread, and then when Bean went down for a nap I had a sandwich with tofurkey deli slices. It was very good. Bean was being pretty cranky all day and I was really tired, so Eddie gave me a bowl of chips. For dinner I was sad I didn't get any potatoes at IKEA, so Eddie cooked up some IKEA plant balls with instant mash and instant gravy, and it was very good. And then my late night snack was candy, because ever since I started breastfeeding, I've had an insatiable sweet tooth, and it was delicious.
What I ate on my cousin's wedding day in Vietnam. Spoiler, it is a lot of food. Also, the wedding ceremony in the church was at 5 a.m., which was shocking. And then I changed because apparently I'm part of this wedding, even though this was the same day I met the bride. But her family did feed me with this yummy noodle soup, which my bowl had like huge bones that were awkward to eat. And everyone meet Wanda, she is so cute. I miss her so much. After the tea ceremony, after the rukyo, which is the groom going to the bride's house to basically give her family gifts and then take the bride, we then had lunch at the groom's house. This food was actually so yummy. Started off with a noodle stir fry with crab, then some chicken and soy, which is like a sticky rice, then this whole steamed fish, and then we ended off with this tofu dessert. And then we are finally at the reception. This was a very long day. Vietnamese weddings are like on another level. Their photos were so beautiful, like the most beautiful wedding photos I've ever seen. They literally acted and filmed like a K-drama and played it at the beginning of the reception. Okay, but starting off with a little snack, they had these potato chips that were really good, kind of like honey butter potato chips. And then we had this soup, which is like a soup that is at all Vietnamese weddings. Then we had a mango salad and some little more kind of like appetizer type food, which one of them was like a fried roll. And then honestly, I could not tell you what everything else was. I have no idea. This was a fried fish with like an orange sauce. And then we had, I think, bò kho, which is another type of Vietnamese stew that you like dip in bread. And then another hot pot that like no one ate because everyone was so full at this point. And lastly, for dessert, we had chow, which this one had like lychee and some jellies and ice.
Here's exactly what I eat in a day to stay healthy and be in my best shape. So for breakfast before my workout, I had my favorite protein pancakes with berries. For lunch, I had salmon poke bowl with quinoa and avocado. For a snack, I had a plain yogurt, which is amazing for your gut. If you're struggling with bloating, yogurt is a good thing for you, with berries and nuts. For dinner, I had a piece of white fish and roasted vegetables. When you eat a lot of vegetables, they fill you up because of the fiber, so you feel more full. So add more vegetables into your meals.
What I eat in a day trying to lose weight but not putting pressure on myself, let's go. So I've been trying to get up at 5:30 every morning and do a bit of exercise straight away. So we got out the house for 22, had a little like Actimel but from Aldi on the way, and then we went on about I think it was about a 30-minute walk with Rory. When I got back, I made myself an iced coffee from Aldi. These are what they are. Do you know what? 10 out of 10, but my advice is not as much water as this, but I put less in today and it was really yummy. Had that, got ready, and then had my apple cider vinegar gummies and then my Nature Bounty hair, skin and nails. I got to work and I had a green tea with 2 little bits of honey in. This looks gross, but I poured this over 2 protein Weetabix and a little bit of watermelon, and you know what? It wasn't too bad, and it's high protein, so it's fine. So I just got that down me and then I drank the rest out of the bowl. This was my lunch, very basic, bit of falafel, seafood sticks, a little bit of salad and a little bit of light cheese. Had a little cheeky packet of crisps on the way and had a Red Bull because we're going to Birmingham. We then spontaneously decided to go to Wagamama's, so I had a peach iced tea and a katsu curry, and that was everything I ate.
What I ate in a day, first one at the new apartment, and I think the most exciting part is that I have an ice machine and it makes crushed ice, and life has never been easier. Vietnamese coffee is the best with crushed ice. I'm using the Lee's Vietnamese coffee concentrate. So for my first meal of the day, I'm making an egg scramble with a bunch of random ingredients because I went to the grocery store without like a list or like a meal plan. So I have these really delicious oyster mushrooms and I cooked them with a little garlic, soy sauce, a bit of sugar, and honestly this is really good on its own. I feel like as a side this would be delicious, but I'm adding tomatoes, some eggs. Oh, here's me showing you my new kitchen mat that is the shape of an egg. I actually made this dish yesterday and it was so good that here I am eating it again. I add some spinach, some garlic chili oil, some sesame oil, and some green onions. I kind of like overcooked my eggs a little bit, and to make this dish more filling I also cooked up some crispy potatoes. I also feel like this would taste really good with some rice, but I didn't have any at the moment. I was also out all day running errands, so I picked up a matcha latte with soy milk. Soy milk really does make a difference. And then for my last meal of the day I decided to make some pasta, and look how cute these pasta shapes are. I'm using my king oyster mushrooms again because they are that good. I'm gonna try to to make them like scallops because I've seen people do that on TikTok. I'm also making salmon because I see people on TikTok eat salmon and pasta, and I've never done that before, and it just looks good. I will never get over this pasta shape. They're like really cute butterflies. So to cook my oyster mushrooms, I added butter and garlic, and I just lightly seasoned it with some herb sauce. I also cooked my salmon in the same pan, like at the same time, but of course that took longer than the oyster mushrooms. And then for the sauce, I added red onion, garlic, some tomatoes. I also added some broccoli. I'm using this pre-made sauce I got from Trader Joe's because it sounded good. I've had Cajun pasta before though, and this didn't really taste like Cajun pasta. I added a little bit of milk and also chicken bouillon seasoning because I add that to everything and it makes everything taste good. And now it's time to assemble. I'm adding my pasta, and look at this salmon. I cooked it perfectly. I seared it on both sides, actually all 4 sides, because it was kind of thicky. Then I'm adding the oyster mushrooms. They are so good. A little bit of parsley, and that's me showing you the salmon because I'm telling you, I was shocked at how perfectly I cooked it. And then I had some watermelon after dinner. Of course, I always gotta end with something sweet. And then I'm trying this Olipop vintage cola because someone said it was good, and I have like a soda addiction. You can really just tell by my face that it is not the same. It is just not the same.
This way eating a day, Sunday. So to start with, I had McDonald's sausage and egg McMuffin meal with 3 hash browns. They forgot to look at my notes, so I had to improvise with the syrup. And then on one of my videos where I had a McDonald's breakfast before, a few people were commenting saying put the hash brown in the middle, so that's exactly what I did. And then after this, I got myself boneless banquet from KFC. I pretty much always get the same thing from there, which is boneless banquet, yeah. And coleslaw. I literally love KFC coleslaw. So here's a few random videos of me eating chicken strips. And then after this, I had myself some, people are going to think these are gross, but McCain's microwave chips. I love them. There was no vinegar left. It had run out. So I put Worcester sauce, melted cheese and chili flakes. It was actually really nice. Then I had myself a double cheeseburger, plain, of course, from McDonald's. And then come home, took my extensions out, so like a ball of rats, and had an ice cream from the ice cream man, which I don't even really like ice cream, so I don't know why I'd done that, but I ate what I wanted and I gave the rest to my dogs.
Good morning, you. That was creepy. Sorry, this is everything I eat in a day from yesterday. I started off with a green juice today, so I just did spinach, frozen banana, frozen pineapple, frozen coconut, a little scoop of like this Bloom New like veggie and fruit powder. So good, and just like water. Then I had this vegan cheese and crackers, like a shit ton, okay? Then I got Phil's coffee. I got the Tesora, an iced Tesora with oat milk, whatever the fuck that means. And this is their plant-based breakfast sandwich. It's fucking gas, dude. Like, you need to try it. And then I got this like health shot. Health shots are kind of bullshit, but like I just like enjoy the activity of doing it, you know? Then I ate all of the cheese and crackers, okay? I made like a water with apple cider vinegar and lemon. I honestly love the taste of that shit. Then I made a spaghetti squash and I topped it with like olive oil, vegan Parmesan cheese, cherry tomatoes. Guys, this is like my favorite dinner ever. I highly suggest making a spaghetti squash. I don't know why I love it so much. I got seconds. Fire, gas, lovely, great.
Here's what I eat in a day on a calorie deficit. So first up, I have my morning coffee made by my boyfriend. I hate to admit it, but I think it tasted better than when I do it. And then for breakfast, I had carrot cake oats. These were unreal. Normally I have them as baked oats, but I thought I'd try them as creamy oats. And yeah, it worked. It was good. Then before the gym, I had corn cakes just with some raspberry jam on top to give me a little bit of fuel before leg day. Oh my God, my lunch was baked bean and cheese toasty. This was absolutely banging. Then dinner was like a smoked salmon in like a creamy sauce with tagliatelle. Wow, this was so good. And then I had cream of rice with like a 0-calorie maple sauce. This was, oh guys, you get the theme. It was unreal. Then pretzels. Thanks for watching. Bye.